Journey to the Ocean's Depths Part 1, From Sunlight to the Twilight Zone. Introduction. The ocean, a boundless expanse of blue that humans often call the heart of the Earth. Though it has been with us since the dawn of time, it still hides countless mysteries. Covering more than 70% of our planet's surface, over 80% of it remains unexplored. And the seemingly simple question, how deep is the ocean, opens the door to a journey filled with challenge, danger, and wonder. I, a deep-sea explorer, have dreamed of this expedition since I was a child, standing on the shore, watching white-tipped waves crash onto the sand. Today, in the newly built research submersible Abyss Voyager, I, along with 4 other crew members, will challenge ourselves to travel from the ocean's surface down to the deepest places ever reached by humankind. 1. Departure Hadalpelagic Zone 0 to 200 meters. The submersible left the deck of the mothership early in the morning. As the engines roared to life, we began our descent. At first, the water was crystal clear, bathed in sunlight. This is the Hadalpelagic Zone ***, stretching from the surface to a depth of 200 meters. It is also called the sunlight zone because the sunlight here is strong enough for marine plants to photosynthesize. Most commercial fish live here: tuna, mackerel, sardines, along with sharks, silently patrolling their territory. Outside the viewing window, a vibrant world unfolded: colorful coral reefs, shimmering schools of fish, and sea turtles gliding gracefully. We even encountered a pod of dolphins swimming alongside us, as if to welcome our expedition. But soon the light began to fade. The deeper we went, the bluer and darker the water became, and the surface above turned into a dim mirror. 2. Entering the mesopelagic zone 200 to 1,000 meters. We entered the twilight zone at the mesopelagic zone ***. Here, sunlight only filters faintly through, not enough for plants to survive. Temperatures drop quickly to 42 C, and pressure increases to 20 to 50 times greater than at the surface. The world here was quieter, yet more mysterious. The creatures we encountered were unlike anything from the shallows: fang-toothed fish with mouths full of sharp teeth, lanternfish glowing blue-green, and jellyfish shimmering like lanterns drifting in darkness. "It's beautiful and terrifying," Emily, the expedition's marine biologist, whispered over the comms. I caught sight of a ribbon-like creature glowing like a moving constellation, the siphonophore, a colonial organism that can grow dozens of meters long, yet as delicate as smoke. The sub adjusted internal pressure to match the increasing weight of the water above. Every extra meter was a test for its reinforced steel frame and thick glass viewports. 3. The midnight zone ***, 1,000 to 4,000 meters. At 1,050 meters, we officially entered the ***, Hadalpelagic zone ***, also called the midnight zone. Here, no sunlight penetrates. If we turned off the sub's lights, there would be absolute darkness, a thick, consuming blackness. The temperature dropped to 2 C. Pressure was now hundreds of times greater than at sea level. Even a small crack could spell disaster. Creatures here seemed born from science fiction: viperfish with glowing red eyes, giant squids whose tentacles we glimpsed before they vanished into darkness. We switched on the sonar and picked up strange signals, deep, rhythmic sounds. No one knew what they were. Someone joked it might be the song of a sea monster, but our eyes betrayed unease. 4. Near the abyss of Hadalpelagic, 4,000 to 6,000 meters. After many hours, we reached 4,100 meters at the Hadalpelagic zone ***. The temperature was near freezing, and the crushing pressure could destroy steel without advanced engineering. Outside lay vast plains of darkness. Occasionally, we came across clusters of life around hydrothermal vents, black smokers spewing superheated, mineral-rich water from deep within the earth. Amazingly, life thrived here: giant tube worms, white crabs, and massive clams. These organisms survive thanks to chemosynthetic bacteria, creating an ecosystem entirely independent of sunlight. Emily quickly took notes. Life here proves that living things can exist anywhere there's an energy source, even on other planets. Five. The promise of the Hadalpelagic zone, 6,000 to 11,000 meters. Ahead lay the deepest realm, at Hadalpelagic zone ***. Ahead lay the deepest realm, at Hadalpelagic zone ***. Trenches like the Mariana Tondo and Kuril-Kamchatka were waiting. Depths here can exceed 10,000 meters, with pressures over 1,000 times greater than at the surface. But this journey could not be rushed. Before entering the most extreme environment, we needed to check every system, refuel, and ensure all was in perfect working order. When the sub anchored at 5,800 meters, I peered through the thick glass into the dense, inky void. Somewhere below lay the boundary only a handful of humans had ever reached, and we would be next. Journey to the Ocean's Depths Part 2, reaching the Hadalpelagic realm. One. Preparing for the final descent. After a night anchored at a depth of 5,800 meters, the submersible Abyss Voyager lay still in the darkness, with only the low hum of the pressure system and the steady hiss of escaping bubbles. We knew that beneath us was one of the most treacherous places on the planet, a Hadalpelagic zone, stretching from 6,000 meters down to over 11,000 meters at the bottom of the Mariana Trench. Before we began, Every system was thoroughly checked: the pressure hull, the viewports, the sonar, the propellers, and especially the backup oxygen systems. Even a small fault could be fatal, as the pressure here over 1,000 times that at the surface would crush anything instantly. "We're going to a place fewer than 20 people in the world have ever set foot in," Captain Harris reminded us, his voice deep and deliberate. Two, into absolute darkness. When the depth gauge passed the 6,000-meter mark, we officially left the Hadalpelagic and entered the Hadalpelagic zone. The temperature remained steady at around 1 C, cold enough to chill even inside our insulated cabin. Outside the viewport, there was nothing but pitch-black darkness. Not a single ray of natural light could reach this place. Everything beyond the sub's beams was swallowed by the endless void. Suddenly, the sonar picked up a slow-moving but massive signal to the port side. We turned the sub and shone the lights in that direction, but saw only falling marine snow and the bottomless emptiness. Three, the massive walls. At 7,500 meters, we approached the sheer wall, part of the Mariana Trench's steep sides. It was taller than any building in the world, covered in mud and dark rock. A few small, pale, eyeless creatures crawled slowly across its surface. As the sub glided close, the light swept across deep fissures. Some were wide enough to hold the entire vessel. Harris decided to steer away at this depth. Any landslide could bury us forever. Four, life where none should exist. From around 8,200 meters, we began to encounter creatures that even Emily, our marine biologist, had never seen before. Hadal snailfish with soft, transparent bodies swimming in small groups, small crustaceans like shrimp but with thin, elongated shells. And ghostly white sea cucumbers that seemed to swim over the muddy bottom. At one point, the lights caught a massive creature, at least 10 meters long, pulling away from the light. Five, pressure and silence. At 10,000 meters, the outside pressure was at its peak. Everyone could feel the heavy silence pressing in, as though even sound itself was being squeezed. The windshield trembled slightly. We knew this wasn't a danger. The hull was built to handle far more, but it still made our hearts tighten. Six, catching Challenger deep. Finally, after nearly 10 hours since leaving the mothership's deck, we set foot, or rather, the feet of the sub on the deepest point of the Earth, Challenger Deep, at a depth of 10,984 meters. Outside lay a flat seabed stretching endlessly, covered in fine mud and occasionally dotted with dark rocks. There was nothing grand or colorful, only an eerie stillness. Emily lowered a camera into the mud, recording tiny creatures swimming just above the seabed. These organisms live in such extreme pressure and temperature that any creature from the upper layers would be crushed or frozen instantly. Seven, a mysterious signal. As we prepared to collect sediment samples, the sonar suddenly emitted a strange sequence of sounds unlike whale calls and unlike the rumble of shifting rocks. It had a rhythm, almost like a coded message. Could be an echo from some equipment, engineer Blake guessed. But Harris shook his head. There's no one else out here. And this frequency, I've never seen it before. The sound lasted for more than a minute, then vanished as if it had never been there. We recorded all the data for later analysis. 8. Leaving the abyss. After more than 3 hours at Challenger Deep, we began the journey back up. The trip to the surface was no less dangerous. A sudden change in pressure could severely damage the sub. When the sub reached 4,000 meters, the glow of bioluminescent creatures returned, as if welcoming us back from the other world. At 200 meters, sunlight began to flood the cabin, making everyone burst out in relieved laughter. Nine. Then and the questions. When Abyss Voyager surfaced and was lifted back onto the mothership's deck, the crew embraced one another. We had completed a historic dive and lived to tell the tale. But the mysterious sound at Challenger Deep remained a big question mark. Was it just a natural phenomenon, or some kind of signal from a creature, or something else, not of this world? I looked down at the deep blue sea, knowing that beneath it, thousands of secrets still awaited discovery. And in my heart, I was certain this was not the last journey.